Joshua Dobbs is him. After just one game with the Minnesota Vikings, Joshua Dobbs looks like an elite NFL quarterback. After Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles in Week 8 against the Packers, the rookie Jalen Hall was set to be the starting quarterback to finish out the season for the Vikings. And after Cousins' injury, the Vikings GM decided to make a trade for the struggling Arizona Cardinals quarterback Joshua Dobbs to have as their solid backup. Jalen Hall started the game against the Atlanta Falcons pretty strong, going 5 of 6 with 78 yards passing and 11 rushing. But after Hall attempted to scramble into the end zone, he was hit hard on the goal line, immediately sidelining him. And that's where Joshua Dobbs comes in. After throwing 1,569 yards with 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions for the Cardinals, nobody expected what was about to happen. Joshua Dobbs kept the Vikings in the game, then leading them down the field with little under 2 minutes to go, ending off the game with a 6-yard pass to Brandon Powell. Now, Josh Dobbs did have some hiccups, giving up a safety on his first drive and a fumble, which the Falcons recovered on his second drive, but after halftime, he locked in, throwing 20 completions out of 30 attempts for 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Now, those stats don't scream the best, but Joshua Dobbs also made up for the Vikings' struggling run game. He led the team with 66 yards on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown. Other than Dobbs, there wasn't really anything else to say about the Vikings. Their defense gave up 28 points, which was one of their worst defensive performances we've seen this season. And on the offense, their leading receiver was their tight end in TJ Hawkinson, who caught 7 passes for 69 yards, followed by Jordan Addison, who put up 52 yards on 5 catches. Neither of them caught a touchdown. On top of that, their leading rusher behind Dobbs was Alexander Mattison, who rushed 44 yards on 16 carries, averaging only 2.8 yards per carry. Now, Alexander did make up for that, catching 2 passes for 49 yards and a touchdown, both from Joshua Dobbs. After seeing such an impressive performance from Joshua Dobbs, it seems like the Vikings may have found their new quarterback. But Joshua Dobbs hasn't always been good. Dobbs graduated from Tennessee in 2016 and then was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2017 in the 4th round. Since then, he has played for 8 teams, including the Jaguars, Browns, Lions, Titans, the Steelers twice, the Cardinals, then the Minnesota Vikings, where he is now. Since 2017, Dobbs has attempted 381 passes and completed 237 of those for 2,183 passing yards. He also has an underwhelming 12 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. But on the bright side, he's rushed for 399 yards with 4 touchdowns. Most of these stats were last year, where he started in a couple games for Tennessee, and the rest came from the Cardinals, where he started 8 games, going 1-7 with the team. While 1-7 might sound bad, Dobbs was definitely not the issue. I'm a Cardinals fan myself, and I can say from watching all of these games so far this season, the team is just a complete mess. And after trading away Joshua Dobbs, they lost 27-0 to the Cleveland Browns. But with Joshua Dobbs and a healthy team, the Cardinals stayed competitive in most games and actually beat the great Dallas Cowboys team. Joshua Dobbs ended that game with a QBR of 120 after having a picture-perfect 4 quarters of football. This was the first time in his career that he's been the sole quarterback for a team, and I really like what I saw. And I think that he's going to be a great quarterback for the rest of his career. I'm thinking he might even be a Geno Smith 2.0. But on the Viking side of things, with Kirk Cousins' contract ending after the season, it might be time to look for a new franchise quarterback, and Joshua Dobbs might just be that guy. With his ability to scramble and throw on the run, Dobbs might just be the perfect fit to help Justin Jefferson and the rest of the Vikings offense become elite status. I think they could possibly go as far as winning the Super Bowl with a fully healthy team led by Joshua Dobbs. Joshua Dobbs is the new star of the Minnesota Vikings, whether you like it or not. Joshua Dobbs is him.